Hi students, in the last class we have discussed about the classes inequality theorem. So in this class we are going to discuss about the enthalpy. So this is unit 1 class 18. So today in this class we are going to cover these topics. So topics covered in this class, they are number 1 enthalpy, number 2 change in enthalpy. So first we should know about the definition of the enthalpy. First we should know about the definition of enthalpy. So how can we define enthalpy? How can we define enthalpy? Let us see in the next slide. Enthalpy. Enthalpy. So how can we define enthalpy? So enthalpy, it is a thermodynamic property. It is a thermodynamic property. So enthalpy may be defined as sum of internal energy and product of pressure and volume. Product of pressure and volume. So it is denoted by H. So mathematically we can write it as H is equal to U plus PV. U plus PV. So according to definition, we can write H is equal to U plus P. What is the definition? Once again, see, it is defined as sum of internal energy and product of pressure and volume. So according to this definition, we can write H is equal to U plus PV. So sum of these two terms, we get the enthalpy H, or we can write it as dH is equal to du plus pdv. Du plus pdv. Okay, I hope you understand about the definition of the enthalpy and formula of the enthalpy. So now let us see change in enthalpy. Change in enthalpy. So according to definition, we can write the dH is equal to, we can write the change enthalpy formula. dH is equal to du plus pdv. Du plus pdv. So if we integrate this equation on both sides, we get integration 1 to 2. So 1 dH is equal to integration 1 to 2 du plus integration 1 to 2 pdv. So here, so we can write this equation again, integration 1 to 2, 1 dH is equal to integration, here we don't have any value, so here we have a 1, so 1 du plus, so we are integrating this term with respect to v, means with volume, with respect to volume. So we may consider this p value as constant. So put it outside the integral. So put the p value outside the integral. Okay, like this, p is p into integration 1 to 2 1 dv. So we know that general formula of the integration, that is integration 1 dx is nothing but x. Integration 1 dx is nothing but x. According to that general formula, so we can write it as integration 1 dh is nothing but h. Integration 1 du is nothing but u. P into integration 1 dv is nothing but v. So write that one. Integration 1 dh is nothing but h, lower limit 1, upper limit 2. Integration 1 du is nothing but u, integration lower limit 1, upper limit 2. So p is the constant. P into integration 1 dv is nothing but what? V, lower limit 1, upper limit 2. So if you apply the limits to this equation, upper limit minus lower limit, so we can write it as h2 minus h1 is equal to u2 minus u1 plus p into v2 minus v1. If we multiply this p value with v2 and v1, we get h2 minus h1 is equal to u2 minus u1 plus pv2 minus pv1. Okay, so we can write this equation as, in place of p we can write it as p2, in place of this p value we can write p1. So finally h2 minus h1 is equal to u2 minus u1 plus p2 v2 minus p1 v1. So already we know that gas law, from the gas law we know that pv is equal to mrt. So means p1 v1 is equal to mrt1, p2 v2 is nothing but mrt2. So substitute these values in above equation, we get h2 minus h1 is equal to u2 minus u1 plus mrt2. In place of p1 v1 we have substituted in place of P2 V2 we have substituted MRT2. In place of P1 V1 we have substituted MRT1. Okay, so in these two terms we have a common term, that is MR. MR is the common term, put it outside. So here MR is a common term, T2 minus T1. So again here U2 minus U1 is nothing but internal energy. What is the internal energy formula? MCV T2 minus T1. Already we have derived the internal energy formula in the previous class. Once again see. So therefore finally H2 minus H1 is equal to MCV T2 minus T1 plus MR T2 minus T1. Again we have a common term, that is M T2 minus T1, M T2 minus T1. So this is a common term. So put it outside the bracket. So finally we get H2 minus H1 is equal to M T2 minus T1 into CV plus R. This is the equation number 1. Already we know that specific heats, that is Cp minus Cv is equal to R. Cp minus Cv is equal to R. From this equation we can write the Cp value. What is the Cp? Cp is equal to R plus Cv. Substitute this R plus Cv value in equation number 1. So what is the equation number 1? So this is the equation number 1. Substitute R plus Cv value, that is Cp, in equation number 1. We get H2 minus H1 is equal to M T2 minus T1 into Cp. In place of R plus Cv we have substituted Cp value. So this is the change in enthalpy. So change in enthalpy is the same for all thermodynamic process. Change in enthalpy is the same for all thermodynamic process. So except the isothermal process. Except the isothermal process. So this is the change in enthalpy formula. So this formula is same for all thermodynamic process, but except isothermal process. So in isothermal process it will be differ. It will be differ. That is, so in isothermal process we know that T1 is equal to T2. T1 is equal to T2. So substitute this T1 is equal to T2 in this above equation here. So we get H2 minus H1 is equal to MCP into 0. 0 into something, we get 0. H2 minus H1 is equal to finally 0. So bring this term H1 to the right side, we get H2 is equal to H1. So in isothermal process, what is the change in enthalpy? So change in enthalpy. So enthalpy at state 1 should be equal to enthalpy at state 2. So this is in the isothermal process. I hope you understand about the definition of the enthalpy and change in enthalpy. That is H2 minus H1 is equal to MCP T2 minus T1. This is a change in enthalpy formula. So this is the same for all thermodynamic process except isothermal process. In isothermal process, enthalpy state 1 is equal to, should be equal to enthalpy at state 2. I hope you understand. Thank you so much.